There are moments in a nation's history that shake the political landscape. Moments that raise eyebrows, provoke debate, and uncover uncomfortable truths. What we are about to unpack is one such moment. A recent international trip by South African members of parliament to the State of Israel has triggered a fierce political backlash not from foreign governments or outside critics but from the very ranks of South Africa's ruling political party, the African National Congress, better known as the ANC. Exposed ANC. This is not just about a trip. It's about the right to choose. It's about the freedom to engage. It's about how power reacts when it feels threatened by facts. And yes, it's about exposing what some might prefer to keep hidden. In today's video, we dive deep into the drama, the context, the facts, and the potential consequences of this heated controversy. Stick with us as we explore what the ANC doesn't want you to know and why it matters more than ever in South Africa's democratic journey. To understand this recent political storm, we need to go back and look at the broader historical picture. The ANC, founded over a century ago in 1912, is a party deeply rooted in liberation politics. It rose to power after the fall of apartheid and became the voice of majority rule in South Africa. Over the decades, the ANC has not only governed the country but also shaped its identity, foreign policy, and global alliances. One of the defining features of its international stance has been strong support for the Palestinian cause. For years, the ANC has expressed criticism of Israel, framing it as a state that upholds discrimination and repression against Palestinians. This political posture has become almost synonymous with the party's identity on global issues. But this strong position has also led to closed doors, one-sided narratives, and an unwillingness to explore the complex layers of the Israel-Palestine conflict. As a result, many ANC members have been discouraged or even unofficially forbidden from visiting Israel to learn and see the situation firsthand. That's where things get interesting. Earlier this month, a group of South African MPs, not just from one party, but from several, accepted an invitation from the South African Friends of Israel to participate in a fact-finding mission. This group, known as SOFI, believes in open dialogue, personal experience, and the need for balanced understanding of Israel and the Middle East. What happened next shocked many. Instead of welcoming their members' efforts to gain first-hand knowledge, the ANC's Parliamentary Study Group on International Relations issued a sharp rebuke. Their message was clear. They disapprove of the trip and do not want MPs associating with what they view as a politically problematic state. This reaction sent a chilling message that the ANC, despite its long history as a liberation movement, may now be uncomfortable with free exploration and intellectual independence, especially when it involves Israel. But can the ANC, the content of the trip, actually control where elected representatives travel? According to South Africa's constitution, the answer is no. MPs are not bound by party loyalty when it comes to their personal choices or efforts to gather information. These public servants represent the people of South Africa, not just the inner circles of their party. Every MP has the right to explore global politics, engage with different perspectives, and form their own conclusions. The ANC's attempt to silence or shame those who visited Israel is not only undemocratic, it's dangerous. It sends a message that truth must be filtered, that reality must be approved, and that political obedience is more important than genuine understanding. And let's not forget the content of the trip itself. The delegation didn't just walk through tourist attractions or attend ceremonial events. They met with officials, religious leaders, educators, and ordinary citizens, both Jewish and Arab. They visited shared spaces where Arabs and Jews live and work side by side. They saw the complex nature of Israeli society, where Arab citizens make up over 20% of the population and hold positions in government, courts, and academia. They learned that Israel has laws against discrimination, that Arab and Jewish students study together in universities, and that Arab doctors treat patients in the same hospitals as their Jewish counterparts. They even heard from Israeli President Isaac Herzog, who pointed out that an Arab judge sentenced a former Israeli prime minister to prison, something that would be unthinkable in a state run on racial oppression. These facts contradict the ANC's narrative. That's why the party is upset. It's not about the trip itself. It's about the fear that exposure to different realities will weaken the ANC's ideological control. But here's something even more revealing. Many former ANC members, once removed from the party's tight grip, begin to change their views on Israel. They admit that things are far more complicated than they were told. They realize that Hamas, the group in control of Gaza since 2006, has committed horrific acts against its own people, including torture, executions, and suppression of dissent. These are not just political tactics. They mirror the same brutal strategies once used by South Africa's apartheid regime. SOFI's director Daniel Jacoby has called on ANC leaders to visit Israel and Palestine themselves. He believes such a trip could open their eyes, help them see the full picture, and begin to foster dialogue instead of division. His implications right. This raises a serious question. Is the ANC afraid of facts? Is the party so invested in its long-standing position that it's unwilling to reconsider or even re-evaluate what's happening in the Middle East today? That's a question South Africans should be asking. Because this isn't just about foreign policy. It's about the kind of democracy we want to live in. One that allows independent thought, critical engagement, and intellectual honesty. Or one where leaders decide what truth looks like and punish those who step outside the approved script. As we look ahead, the implications are serious. If the ANC continues down this road, it could lose its credibility both at home and abroad. Voters may begin to question whether their representatives are truly free to serve them or whether they're just echoing party lines. Meanwhile, the international community may start seeing South Africa not as a model of democracy but as a country where political pressure overrides constitutional rights. But there is conclusion still time to change course. There is still room for dialogue, learning and growth. Encouraging MPs to see the world, to ask hard questions, and to return with insight, not propaganda, should be celebrated, not condemned. In closing, the Israel trip scandal reveals more than just a disagreement. It exposes a deeper tension within the ANC between its legacy and its current actions. Will it remain a champion of freedom or will it become a gatekeeper of ideology? That's a choice only the ANC can make, but it's a conversation all South Africans should be part of because in the end, democracy only works when ideas are allowed to breathe. If you found this video eye-opening, informative, or thought-provoking, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into stories that matter, and drop a comment below with your thoughts. Do you think the ANC was right to condemn the trip, or are they suppressing open dialogue? Let us know, and as always, thanks for watching.